get some donut today. Well, tonight. So I promised Amelia I'd catch her some donut today. So, and please, But I wanted to quick shout out to Amelia's Arcade for her return to the YouTubeverse. Much love, Amelia. Love you. So I couldn't stay in your Stanley Parable. She was kind of making me feel bad. Not that you were doing anything, Amelia. I just, the Stanley Parable game, that game messes with my head, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's one game I can't stand watching. Not because of you, but because the Stanley Parable game is one of those games that messes with my psyche. So, but all in all, I love you, Amelia. We are gonna get you some tuna in this game, so regardless. So I'll go ahead and I'm going. Let's see. We need to. I don't know what I was supposed to do. Oh yeah, I remember now. We actually need to Stardew Valley here quickly. Okay, tell me that's some tuna. I'm not even 100% she's still alive. Is she still alive? Is Amelia still alive? 100%? Wait, who's live right now? It's got the notification. Not near mint is live. Top 10 comic book changes. Okay. Is not near mint the one that was like that? I thought Jigs was gonna do something, so. Well, I want to see Jigs go live at 10, so. Regardless. We have about 50 minutes or so to play this. I gotta go check out Jigs. But yeah, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our favorite lady of the Arcadia, Miss Amelia's Arcade, for coming back to YouTube Vest. We love her. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was worried about Amelia. That woman is just the sweetest. It's one of those things like the fact that she's one of my good friends. And Amelia, being the way she's got a special place in my heart. Okay, obviously as a YT cousin. But even as like a friend or a bestie, she has that special spot right here in my heart as a bestie and all that, along with Cosmo and everybody else. Yeah, Amelia has touched my heart as a friend and as a bestie and as a cousin figure a lot of times because of her sweetness. So same thing with Cosmo, same thing with Ward Chris and all y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Regarding last night, for those that did not get to hear the story, um, I practically had a very, very, very bad nightmare the night before, like last night, yeah, like yesterday night, and it had struck me so hard. The fact that it was a nightmare, and not for nothing, I can hate having nightmares like that. I don't think Amelia knew about this. I didn't really tell her about the nightmare and stuff. Not 100% sure if she knows, but at some point I need to admit to my little like YT Cuzzy that the night before, yesterday night I had a pretty bad nightmare, and it was enough to drive me to tears first thing in the morning. I had I guess Cosmo was the first one I told because he came in my chat this morning. One day, I guess he was kind of wondering if I was okay because the stream I was doing, like I normally do, it had been put on hold. So chili peppers, no, we don't do chili peppers. There you go. Yeah, we don't do chili peppers. 100%. But it's like, the thing about it is that, it's things like that that get me. And nightmares are one of the things, I had to put up with as a child, having chronic nightmare syndrome, nightmare fuel syndrome, or something like that. And I mainly had nightmares a lot because of the fact you have to think of it from my perspective, right? Goose, hey Retrovers, how you doing? I hope your knee is feeling better. It is, but aside from that, Goose, the night before tonight, yesterday night, I had a pretty fucking bad nightmare. We're talking pretty horrible. Blood and gore graphics and a lot of demonic shit in the dream. And regardless if anyone says, "Oh, it's just a dream," it's one of those dreams that I really didn't want to have to wake up to. Okay, it's one of the regardless. It's one of those dreams I don't like fucking with, particularly. Okay, that's one of those dreams I don't fuck around with. I actually was crying and called Zork, of all people. I 100% actually called Zork. I actually called the group chat this morning on our group chat, but Blake didn't answer at first. But Zork, bless his heart, answered the call, and I was like shook. We're talking violently shaking and sobbing because the nightmare I had witnessed was, just that bad, and it was just enough to break me. So, now here's the thing: is I'm a tough guy and all, but there are things like that. Oh gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. Those are worse. I'm glad you woke up. Trust me, there was a part of me that think I wasn't gonna wake up from that. I was struggling to get out of the dream and realize that, hey, it's daytime, get your ass up. So it was one of those inner dark feelings, and I couldn't escape. It's one of those things that fucks with your head. 100%. I didn't like it. I 100% did not like it. So there's a standing order of things I don't like in my life. That was one of them. So there are things I actually would prefer not to have happen. Hot pepper. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't play with anything related to evil shit before I go to bed. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Last night, here's the thing, I don't even think I was playing anything evil shit related last night. What was it? Oh, I need to check that. I need to check something. I actually did. I played Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time last night. I think that may have been the trigger, but a part of me thinks... No, I think you know what my opinion is? I think a part of me, though, thinks that the trigger for the nightmare really was, evidently in itself, it was the fact that I was away from my mom. So, I think the real trigger was... Did anything specific happen before you fell? So I don't play with the devil crap. Well, either way, nothing particular happened before I fell asleep. It's just, it was a normal night. I'd go to bed and I get some sleep. It's it's a normal night. There was no thunder, no lightning, nothing like that. That would even have me consider it being dark shit. But for whatever godforsaken reason, it happened. But yeah, it was horrible, and 100%, I was in tears. Nonetheless, Yeah, worries and fears can trigger nightmares too. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. You know, and the weird thing about it is, I know it's like not. Again, this is not funny what I had to go through, but it's an ironically bad concept due to the fact of the catastrophic that ultimately you gotta look at like why was it that though? Why was it something demonic when mainly it was me worrying about my mother and missing her, you know? And it's one of those things like this is gonna set off a little unorthodox, but you know, it being Star Wars month, it made me think of that scene from Phantom Menace when they were saying, worry leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and all that shit. So, regardless, it was like it hurt me a lot. Regardless, it hurt me a lot, and not for nothing. I'm an honest man, 100%. I don't fuck with bad juju. Okay, I 100% don't fuck around with bad juju. My mother is a firm believer in not effing around with bad juju. There is a standing order in our family that states do not fuck with bad juju. So, because we all know what happens if we fuck around with bad juju. So, yeah, that's a good question. Why that have you not been able to see your mom? Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. This was the last time I saw my mom was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Okay, because of my knee and the fact that I can't walk properly. I couldn't. I still have trouble, but it's a lot less. I struggle some now. I find that I found it hard to bring myself to go to my mother's because, again, like me staggering to walk before was worse than I do now. But with that being the case, like because of that, I had to witness a lot of shit in my dreams that caused a lot of psychological damage by Mon, you know. It was something that really hit me hard enough to throw a man against the wall in tears. So, like, it broke me as a man. It didn't break me as a boy. It didn't break me as a childhood person. It broke me as a man. Regardless of whatever reason, it broke me as the man I am. So. Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Hold on, guys. Oh, hold on. Guys, I don't have to focus here on this. Hold on. Guys, I was giving me a minute. This judge is just involved. But yeah, it's a lot. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better, and I hope you get to see your mom soon after you go. Well, coincidentally, I will because we're seeing each other tomorrow. But I don't know why. A part of me has this like really bad feeling, like as if that dream was a symbol of a bad omen or something. You know, it's the idealism of a bad omen. So, 100%, I have a feeling for bad omen. And because of that, I have to bring myself to be vigilant, you know? It's one of those ideals I really have to bring myself to 100% be vigilant. even though everything's fine and we're all alive and well, a part of me thinks of me, what my dream had to do with that, so it was a bad omen. So, whatever the reason. For whatever reason, I didn't like what I had to dream about, regardless. So. That dream last night had me rolling in my sleep. I literally had to delete the sleep stream I had going because, regardless, it was that bad. We're talking bad. It was 100% bad. And that's not something I want to portray on YouTube, you know. It's already bad enough of sleep streaming, but at the same time, you know, it's even worse when you see someone like me thrusting and violently, what they call, going crazy in his sleep. Regardless, like, that's something I don't mess with. So. Dude, both my shows have been messed up this week, but they actually come, and thank goodness, both due to a separate instance. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, and it's never good to get injured. 100% is not good to get injured. And the thing is, hold on, I gotta hold on. That's a damn quick. Why were that's a damn. What is that? Oh, right, super reciprocal, of course. Why would I think different? But it's like, you know, them, yeah. And what, you know, a part of it also regarding the sobbing that one night. Yeah, I don't think y'all know this either. I actually told Amelia this firsthand on her live stream just a few months ago. I was on, you know, I was in a Twitch chat, and for whatever reason, I found myself sobbing. For whatever reason, I had to leave my friend's Twitch chat, and I turned off both my PCs, the laptop and the computer, PC itself, and I started sobbing. We're talking 100%, 120% sobbing. And it's something I don't like to do, is sob. It's one of the things I refuse to bring myself to do, is sob. But at the same time, I was in so much pain, both physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically too, with the pain. And the fact that, you know, it psychologically destroyed me for the week because of the fact that I had just got monetized, and basically, right when getting monetized, my knee goes out of socket. Or not out of socket, it gets tendonitis in it, you know? It's that kind of shit that bothers me, nonetheless, you know? Oh, hold on, guys, this is a big fish. Big fish. That's a bigger. 100% big fish. I'm not even gonna worry about that damn treasure chest. Oh yeah, I gotta focus on this. Seems to be a big fish of some kind. Yep. I don't think I've seen a fish move like this before. What is that? Oh, it's a super sea but just smaller. It's not. 100% it's not. I've just been going through a lot. Again, was away from my mom for more than the recommended list. I've been away from mom for more than the recommended amount of days/weeks that I'm normally away, you know. And for that to be a factor, for that to be a factor, it bothers the shite out of me. So, bothers the other shite out of me. And that's the kind of shit that is enough to kill a man silently and internally regarding his emotions. So, I don't care if anyone's a doctor or if anyone's a damn psychologist saying, this'll pass, you'll get over it. That's the kind of shit you don't get over, regardless. So, I don't give a fuck who you are. There are certain things in this world that people like me are triggered by, and I do. Some of you may not even notice. I have, and I am diagnosed with PTSD. So, I actually am diagnosed with PTSD. That's why I take anxiety meds when I'm on here. It's actually why I take anxiety meds and I'm on meds. One of the reasons, anyways. That is actually why I'm on anxiety meds and stuff, because I actually I'm diagnosed with PTSD, so 100%. So cigarette, of course. But I digress. It is what it is. It is what it is. You do what you can, not what you want to do in life. It's not about what you do in life. It's about how you handle it. And that's that shitty rule I've heard since I was a damn wee knee-high dog grasshopper. It's not what you do in life, it's how you handle it. And as much as I love a good motto, I don't like that one. You are a good guy. Keep surrounding yourself. Hold on, let me get my character real quick, so I know what you're saying, so I don't risk my character passing out. You are a good guy. Keep surrounding yourself with good people like you do. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. 100%. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been tough. It's been a tough couple of weeks, especially to afford groceries. Like, the thing about it is even though I am used to getting paid $15 a week, $15 weekly for spending, the thing is that it's been tough to afford my groceries because these fuckers at fucking Market Basket have tuned up their. Is Beanzo still doing lives? I know George has been taking it easy. I don't know. I haven't heard much from Beanzo. Because here's the thing. I've been going to bed at a certain time. Plus, in addition, psychological pain has been a factor for me nonetheless. So I'm not sure, buddy. Not 100%. Like, Beanzo is a good guy and all, but again, I don't know what's going on with the poor guy. I don't know. Beanzo's a good guy, and I don't know what's going on. That's kind of the other thing that's been bogging the shit out of me. So, is that where's Beanzo? I hope he's okay. Is he doing okay? This is me. I worry about others because I am not selfish. So, that's who I am. I could give a shit less what happens to me as long as others are okay. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am no goddamn hero, but I'll gladly take a bullet for somebody if it meant saving them, 100%. 100%. If I was to, take a bullet for somebody, and if it was something I had to do, I 100% would do it for them because saving lives is better than thinking about my selfish self. And again, before anyone goes on to the subject that I'm suicidal, don't go there. I am not that. So, I know there's just some stupid cucks out there that think that shit. But, no, that's not the case at all. I just have what we call a moral code of honor. You know, if someone's about to die, save them, or if someone's getting shot, take the bullet for them. You are very giving with your heart, Raccoon. Nobody has ever said anything different about you. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I have a feeling if I talk too deep about certain shit, they're gonna think I'm suicidal or something. Which I'm not. I am not by any means that way. I actually value my life a lot. I have nothing against living. Nothing. And the fact that people are so low to stoop to that fracking level, you know? To say shit like that. And again, no one said it recently, but there have been people in the past like, dude, are you suicidal? You need to see a fucking therapist and all that shit. And, you know, and I'm not like that. 100%. I am not like that. You know? I'm not gonna lie to you though, there have been times in high school where I was semi like that. But again, those were the emo goth days. I need to go to Beans Restaurant and check things out. I've had my own stuff going on, so I've only seen what has shown up on my feed, but I need to look. Go check on Beans though, because I'm actually worried sick about him myself. Because I feel like he hasn't made any content. And not that that's a bad thing, you know, everyone needs a break, but to me it's not like Beanzo. Beanzo has been very sick the last few days, unfortunately. Oh yeah, that's right, now I remember. Yeah, Beanzo's been very sick. But still, regardless, I'm worried about the poor butter. You know, that guy's my friend, you know. He's a good friend of mine, he doesn't deserve the flack, you know. Beanzo, that man is one of a kind, you know. He's the kind of guy that would stick his neck out for anybody, I feel. Especially me, you know. I don't think that way of you can help it. Can't help it. I don't think of that way you can help it. You are worth a lot to many of us. We need you in this world. And again, like I said, I'm not that way, okay? I've never been suicidal. Not in these recent years. Like in high school, I've contemplated death. But I've never, you know, here's the thing. I've never once thought to myself, I need to do that, you know? Never once have I thought that about myself or wanting to do that to myself because there's that thing, you know, in the back of my mind, like, there's families that's here that cares about me. There are people that need me on this planet. Okay? That's why I've never brought or what we call stoop to that level of darkness. So, as much as I have been tempted by the devil himself, in a metaphorical way, to go down that route, I have never once attempted nor tried to go down that route. So, at this point, I'm gonna tell you right now, the devil can suck my ass. So, say, how are you? It's been a few weeks since I've seen you guys. Anyways, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Beanzo is not feeling. That sucks. Yeah, one of the things I worry is that Beanzo has COVID. Okay, because I thought we were done with the whole COVID thing, but there's people telling me that, yeah, COVID's still a thing, and that shit bothers me. As much as I want to believe 100%, you know, that we're fine and that there's no more COVID, I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not liking the fact that there's still rumors of COVID. So someone told me, like, Stay, does he actually have COVID? Not that I don't. Now, hear me out. I don't disagree. I don't. I believe that he is sick. I 100% believe that. But I want to know, does he have COVID? Because a lot of people were talking about COVID making a return or some shit. And it's been bothering me ever since when Beanzo came in my chat and said, "Hey, I've been sick for the past couple of days and all that." So I've been really worried about the poor butter. So now Retro, he ate. Now Retro, he ate a bad steak and gave himself food. You know, I remember when I first got food poisoning. No, it wasn't the first time. But actually, I don't remember that far back. But the most recent time I gave myself food poisoning, it was horrible. We're talking bodily shit and fluids come out from both sides. We're talking out the mouth, and you do the math on the rest. You know, I vomited while having diarrhea, and I had to choose. It's like Sophie's Choice. I hate to get into this subject, but it's kind of educational. You know, I chose to do the toilet bit normally and vomit on my brother's rug in the bathroom because I'm not having him go through that with the cleaning. So yeah, 100%. I used the toilet the way most do, and vomited voluntarily when I had to. I voluntarily vomited on my brother's red rug in the bathroom because I'm not having him clean up my own shit, you know. Yeah, a lot of people say that food poisoning comes in different shapes and forms. You can either vomit, you can have diarrhea, or worst of all, you can have both at the same time. And unfortunately, mine was the factor of having both at the same time. So that's the worst part of it, you know. And I forgot my bait, my ass, but that's okay. Great, hold on, guys. I have to go back to Stardew and buy some bait. Sorry, guys. I am not on my A game today. I am not 100% on my A game today at all. So, like, I'm terrible today. 100%, you know. We're gonna buy this, smallmouth bait. I'm not sure if it'll benefit us regarding our bait, our trip to the beach, but we'll give it a go. It's this kind of bait, we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. And in addition, we will try some magnet bait, right? The spinner, and also what else? Didn't we need another sonar bobber? Yeah, we did need another sonar bobber for this. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know. I do feel bad for Beans at 100% regarding what he's going through with, you know, food poisoning. It's not. That's one of those things you do not want to catch. Like, it would be like, oh no, COVID. No. I don't think COVID's. Yeah, COVID is one of the worst things you can get. But the second worst thing, food poisoning. So, 100% in my opinion. Out of all the things I've gotten in life for illness, food poisoning and that one time I temporarily had COVID, 100%. Like, that's the shit I don't agree with, is COVID and food poisoning. They're the two of my most biggest fears is regarding illness is COVID and food poisoning. Food poisoning when I actually got it. Here's the thing. I think I got food poisoning because of a. Like, here's my hypothesis, right? I think I caught food poisoning at one time due to the fact that I ate a bad can of Spam. It was like, y'all need to understand. I think I gave myself food poisoning when I 100% ate a bad can of Spam. So that's what I'm thinking. That's my hypothesis of it, you know. I think 100%. I think it's because I ate a can of Spam that wasn't any good. So, as a matter of fact, it was very hot in my room, and the cans were not refrigerated. So, that's something you normally have to refrigerate, you know. So, but yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Me. And like I said, I'm not trying to make this about me. Beanzo's a good man. He's a good fella. And doesn't deserve this kind of flack. You know. 100% Beanzo has my heart on a high pedestal. So, as much as I put Beanzo on a high pedestal. And again, while we're at it, yeah, Spam will do it, will it? So, yeah. And that's why I limit how much canned meat I do for intake. And if I do any canned meat a lot, it's normally like Vienna sausages. Because at least, here's the thing, and a lot of you may not like Vienna sausages. I 100% can see why. But at the same time, I can tolerate Vienna sausages. Too much Spam in my system, I will puke. It's a sodium content thing, you know? That's why a lot of times when I buy Spam, I try to get the low sodium ones. So, I'm glad to hear it today. It seems that last month has been a bit rough for many of us. All, at least that I think of. You know, y'all are just blissful. You know, and the thing is, I'm not gonna say what Amelia's been going through. That is her choice to tell you guys. But coincidentally, there's a reason why I titled this channel, this video, Amelia's Arcades Revisit to YouTube. Because she's been dealing with some stuff. And I'm not going to give you information on what, because that is not my place. You know, that is not my place to tell people. As much as I feel like I should spread awareness, I'm not going to do it. Because, again, Amelia I have a lot of respect for. So, in respect for her, I am not going to say shit about what she's been going through. There's a standing order of things that I really don't want to bring up. And what Mila's been going through lately, definitely top list of things I don't want to bring up. Food poisoning is the worst. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, pickle. I see pickle. I like shit. Oh, that was a toughie. That was a gold treasure stew. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the thing is like, you know, it's one of those things where you have to look at it the way things are. It's like the scene from James and the Giant Peach when he says, "Remember what your parents said, James? Try looking at it another way." Well, let me tell you something. There's no other way of looking at it in some cases. So, but yeah, aside from what everyone's been going through, yeah, yesterday night was horrible. My my sleep pattern was fucked, horribly fucked, because of the fact that I was on Jigs' panel late, which is no different, nothing different. Anytime I go on panels with somebody, I'm usually on there late, so that's not what bothers me via sleep pattern. So it's the fact that of the nightmare I had regarding everything. And I haven't had a nightmare like that ever since I was 13. You know, that's after I got removed from my house. You know, that I haven't had a nightmare like that ever since I was 13 years of age. Like that's something I don't mess around with. Is nightmares like that, the kind that give you the kind of vibe of you're being watched. So You know. "100%. I don't care for anything less." Just want to have a good night's sleep. Hey, say thank you for the update. I thought I was seeing less of his late night streams, sending prayers to that he feels better soon. Me too. I'm sorry I had to go on that little rant just now. Sorry. I don't want to try to sound selfish. It's not my intention. But while we're at it, guys, I am kind of shouting out someone else. But 100%, if it means the same to steady, it means I will make a video, especially entitled for Beanzo to get well soon. So I will make like a get well soon Beanzo tribute if it will remedy the sitch. Because Beanzo, aside from Amelia and everybody else, is just the greatest, okay? Yeah, I'm probably gonna wind up making a get well soon video for Beanzo because he's just a wonderful individual. You know. But aside from that, for now we are shouting out Amelia. If anyone wants to check out Amelia's stream, I don't know if she's still live with the stream she's doing. I know she was live earlier via the the restream. Oh no, not restream. Revisiting YouTube, and she was playing. Here's the thing: she was playing a game called the Stanley Parable, and I don't know if y'all know this game. This is one of those games that, and it's not. Again, this is not something I blame Amelia for, because Amelia wanted to play something that was hilarious, and to a certain degree, the game was hilarious. But the thing is that even and again, Amelia, if you're watching this, I have nothing against you playing that game at all. You by all means have fun with your viewers. Me, I've had. Well, here's the thing. I watched one of those famous YouTuber gamers play Stanley Parable before, and it caused a lot of damage to me before. But because you're my friend and I wanted to show support, I tried my best to stick it out and watch you play Stanley Parable because I love what you do and I love how you run your shows and everything. And guys, I'm not lying about that. Like Amelia, aside from everyone else we support, she's got this persona and this personality that literally brings a smile to my face every day, along with the rest of you lovely people, you know. And even though, and even Goose, even Goose, our buddy in chat right now, he's one of the people I look forward to seeing sometimes, Like even Steady, even Beanzo, y'all, I look forward to waking up every morning, getting on this PC or even on the laptop at my mother's, and saying, hey, Like I said, it's just been a tough lately, so. My self-esteem has been crushed lately. It's a lot, so. My self-esteem has been very down. And I'm sorry, I hate to rant and run my mouth. It's just, I don't want to be labeled as someone that's just trying to be a damn whiner and try to be a what do you call it? Someone that's trying to be a simp. Or not a simp. There's a word for it. Someone that's like an ovo is me person, I love you guys a lot. And I would hate to lose any of you. So, 100% I would hate to lose any of you as friends. So, because coincidentally, I don't normally admit this on panel, but I have not been in that suicidal situational thought, but I actually lost a friend because he actually, went there. So, and my friend, you're welcome, good. My friend, Charlie, I'm not gonna give out his last name. Charlie, my friend, he was a childhood friend from Maine when I was first growing up there. As he grew up, people started to get, like, bully him and stuff. Severely, we're talking severely. And it got to the point where he was locked up in a psych ward. And y'all can guess what happened from there. Because I don't like talking about the rest of the details. It hurts to talk about it. You definitely have a good sense about. You definitely have a good sense about you. Otherwise, I wouldn't chill with you here with you. I appreciate that, man. But I will tell you, it's been rough. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you. Aside from the nightmare yesterday night, a couple, I think it was a week ago to 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when, but I actually told one of my Twitch friends I had to get off the get out of their chat because I was beginning to sob and cry because I missed my mother. I was beginning to sob pretty hardcore and it was hurtful. I was hurting pretty bad, so regardless of reason, I couldn't stay in her chat and it hurt. There are things I can tolerate, but there are days where the tolerance level is not enough. So, and that day was that day. Again, like I said, I hate being away from my mother, especially when I have something for her that brings me joy to give to her. For example, guys, I have my mom's birthday gift. I have my mom's birthday gift that I wanted to give her. And it was also, coincidentally, a Mother's Day gift. But due to the knee sit, I had to wait a delay from Hell's Kitchen. So, it was a lot, and it hurt a lot to have to wait. So, I had to fight back tears and everything. But I couldn't hold it anymore. I just want my mom, you know. But coincidentally, I am glad I get to go see her tomorrow. But at the same time, that just means I have to come back here afterwards. So there are days I wish I could go back to living with her. But I already know that those days are numbered because, again, she works. My sister works. There's not 100% guarantee that she'll be able to watch me. Well, again, I say watch me because, again, even as an adult, I need supervision because of reasons that I'm not going to disclose. So, there's reasons why I am 100% like still having to be watched in a home because of reasons. There are reasons. Even as an adult, I get lonely 100%. And regardless of reasoning or anything, I can't bring myself to stay in one spot. It's just simple things, man. No matter how much I tell myself I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, it's a game of waiting and watching because I have to wait until I get a visit with my mother, which is every other weekend. So. But on a good note, I do get the golden opportunity at some point in June. Here's the thing. I don't have a confirmed hunch on when this is. I just know that my housemate, or whatever, even my mother actually told me about this. my adopted brother is thinking about taking a vacation and going somewhere for a few days, which includes me going to stay with my mother, so he can go out and do what he wants to do with his life, and which is I have respect for because I don't get to do that. You know, guys, aside from all the crap in this I've had going on lately, playing Stardew is one of my favorite things to do. Just to kind of change the subject. Stardew Valley is one of my favorite things to do, and this is the breaking the rocks. This is why. Like, can anyone relate to this? Like, oh, hold on. Please, somebody tell a brother can relate. Like, the sound of the rock breaking, or breaking a rock in this, right? But listen to this. Listen to this. Don't tell me that that's not a satisfying sound. Not sure if you can hear the game too well though. If y'all need me to turn up the game volume, just let me know. That's another thing I should have said at the beginning of the stream is if you guys need me to turn up the stream, please let me know. Because I know that my voice can be a boomer, a booming voice, and yeah. So if anyone needs me to turn up the game volume via desktop audio, by all means, let me know. I'm open to suggestions regarding volume and shit. So. Well, either way, it's been 59 minutes. I believe Jigs is live. So we're gonna get my character back to his home. Everything. I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna do, what's gonna happen, or anything. But regardless, I need to get my character back to the house and our farm. He needs to sell what he needs to sell, and I need to go see Jigs. I think actually what I found out is my friend Jigs Kingdom is live tonight. Let me see. No, it's not near Mint. That is not near Mint. Main Noodles is live in about 5 minutes, which about 16 minutes ago. I'm trying to figure out if it's like Jigs that's going live tonight. The low grades is live. It's live in 30 minutes. So regardless, at some point I need to get off here because I have friends in the retro community that I want to go hang out with. Because some people don't know this. I don't get to have the luxury of going to see friends. So whenever I get invited to a panel, it's like the most amazing thing in the world. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's nothing I love more than going on a panel and chilling with people. Okay, it's a blessing. It really is. It's a 100% blessing when I get to go up on a panel and chill with more people that have, what they call similar interests to me. So, there's no doubt about that. So, I think a vacation will be great for you, Rachel. And it will. Nonetheless, I know I'm a damn hard baller and a big boss working guy, which is funny I say big boss because that's the name of one of their Nepali shows down there. But at the same time, I find myself empty when I'm away from YT. I think some of you can understand that, right? Yeah. I hear you perfect. I'm in behind things for being you, Rachel. Have a good evening. Yeah, and I don't know if Jigs is going live. I'm not 100% sure if Jigs is actually going live tonight, but if he is, oh, it's gonna happen. Me and Jigs gonna hit it up. But otherwise, I may just join someone else's panel if they're live instead of Jigs. So I'm not against. Here's the thing. And I'm going to be very clear with you guys. I don't discriminate on what panels I join as long as the people are good people. So, you know, if they get along with me, I get along with them. That's how it works. You know, they don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them. So, respect is earned, not given. You know, that's one of those things I've learned in a morality of life is that you respect others for who they are, not what you want them to be. You know. So yeah, and Amelia's probably gonna come in to the stream late if that. I know she's busy and has things to do, and she'll probably pop by. If not, that's okay. It doesn't bother me if she doesn't pop by. I know she's a busy lady and she's dealing with stuff. So, but all in all, I hope Amelia gets her situation sorted out. Prayers for Beanzo and Stay, who may or may not be taking care of Beanzo. I love everyone. I hope y'all remember that. Like, always know that deep down, you are all of you are kindred spirits, and will stay forever embedded in the storylines of my heart. So, even after death. So, I'll feed my chickens, put my cat to bed, and then, yeah. I need to like hurry up because last time I checked, Jigs goes live at like 10:05. I'm pretty 100% sure that he goes live at around 10:05 on on Fridays. So not 100% sure, but it's a guess. So. It is 10:06 right now. Still hasn't said nothing. Let me quickly search him up. Let me quickly search up Jigs. I'm gonna check out Jigs Kingdom real quick. I don't know if he's live, but we'll see. Hold on, I'm looking right now because he did say something about live. Again, he also wasn't really sober when he told me that, but he wasn't really sober when he told me that because it was like early in the morning / late, and nonetheless he was drinking his bourbon. So, and again, Jigs is not a bad fella, but he's actually a really good guy, and even when he's a little hammered, still funniest guy in the world. So, still wholesome, still funny, still awesome. So, and I have nothing against him at all. So, like, kudos to Jigs, being Jigs, you know, 100%. You know, I have nothing. I ain't got nothing against Jigs because he's just a nice guy. So, I make some. Hold on, we need to make some cactus wine, some gold grade cactus wine for Beanzo. There, we're also gonna make some dried cactuses for Beanzo. Do I have any more cactuses? No, it's okay though. I'm gonna go to my farm. I'm gonna go start to make the dried cactus fruits for Beanzo in his honor. Oh no, we also can make some cactus jelly, some cactus jam right now because, yeah, I know that Beanzo would appreciate a good old cactus jelly. So 100%. So. I love that butter so much. So we're just gonna sell purples. As for our little worm thing here, the taro, the gold strawberry, the gold cactus fruit, and a couple of these, we're gonna sell these off because I think we do need the extra funds. So we'll get more fruit later, so it's no big deal. If you see this layer, feel better, somebody. You deserve to feel better, somebody. There, yep. By all means, Beanzo, I agree with our buddy in chat. If you see this layer, do feel better, buddy. You are in our prayers. So, all of our prayers, mine included. Regardless of Christian faith or not, you are in my prayers. So. But that right there makes me feel a little bit better because of 15,000 jail. But alright, guys, we're gonna sit down. I need to get a confidence boost, which means I need to go to some form of a panel and go run my mouth to some comic book people talking about comic book stuff. So positive thoughts, Retroverse, to you as well, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go like join a panel where shit gets crazy in a good way, and I'm gonna go talk to some people and go have a little fun. So take care of yourselves.